Hey everybody, Mars is about to move into the sign of Virgo this week. That's going to happen on the 17th, and that's going to change the energies considerably. First of all, it's going to calm things down. I remember in 2021, the summer there, August, Mars moved into Virgo from Leo, and there were a lot of forest fires at that time. And the day that Mars moved into Virgo, literally, it was as though somebody threw dirt on the fires. They just completely went out. So, if you use that as a metaphor, things are going to be more grounded, more calm. People are going to be more focused on the things in their lives that need detailed attention, busy energies. Let me just go through my notes. So, yeah, we're looking and wherever Virgo sits in our chart is an indicator of where we're here to be of high service. So when Mars shifts into Virgo, we're very driven to be service oriented and to be more focused on clarity of what we need to do to be of service. And action. Mars is the planet of action, conflict, frustration, courage, determination, and initiating things. So we might be finding ourselves starting to really initiate projects of service, or it is a Mercury ruled sign. So we could be dealing with businesses, starting communication platforms, all the media platforms that are available to us. We may find ourselves to be, even if we have one, we may find our energies more focused in our public social media platforms. And then we have, and don't forget, Virgo is a material energy. So we're really putting a lot of energy into our material environment and into our health, our routine. We're taking special attention to our patterns and our routines, and we're shifting them, and we're initiating new patterns and routines, day-to-day practices that are better for our health, focused on our health more, and letting go, shall we say, of the the energy of conflict, because Mars is going to be more grounded in Virgo. There is a propensity for verbal perhaps conflicts, because Mars is a planet of conflict. So there could be like conflicts around, I mean, there could be verbal conflicts because it's Mercury, but conflicts around criticism and people criticizing each other, that could be a little bit on the rise. Or one is becoming more actively focused on one's imperfections and criticizing the self, which would not be of any benefit. So you don't want to be doing that during Mars Virgo, because that could ignite sort of more of a challenging third dimensional experience, because Virgo is a third dimensional experience. So to walk it in a positive way, the Virgo would be to observe, because Virgo is a very observant energy, would be to observe the positive, all that is good and working, and then to take action and initiate new things in the direction of all that is good and working. And don't forget, Virgo is a very practical energy. So we're looking at practical movement forwards that work for us, that are useful, that serves us, and that I would say another another word for it is that it works. Things that work. You know, we're focused on the things that are working, and the details that we can now see that those things need more of, we become focused on. So we could, another shadow aspect would be a focus on perfectionism and overworking and being over busy. One can, I have my son in the sixth, and which is the energy of Virgo. The sixth house is the energy of Virgo. And I used to have this tendency of just being busy, and just feeling busy made me feel as though I was making progress, and that's not the case. Mars Virgo wants to make traction and progress with its busyness, and just doesn't just want to stir around and be busy for the sake of being busy. It wants to actually create forward momentum with it. So it's basically, yeah, you don't want to burn out, Mars Virgo. You can burn out by working too hard and being too, because you know what happens in Virgo energies, you can be so focused on something that you forget everything else. And then meanwhile, your dishes are piling up in the sink. So you want to try to stay balanced and holistic energy, Virgo energy. It's very holistic health, like mind, body, spirit, you know. So it's like grounded, calm, stable, static energy so that we can focus on our health and that we can sort of sort our lives out, because when Mars is in Leo, we're really sort of more passionate, more moving, more focused on sort of destroying some things in our life and then building more things, and that putting that energy into sort of new initiations of just getting the ball rolling. But then when it's in Virgo, we're going to pause and we're going to look at the details and we're going to adjust things and fix things and create order in our lives, basically. So that is happening on the 17th. You're going to feel it also because when Mars shifts houses, that energy of Mars, which is a big fireball of initiation and courage and strength and frustration and conflict, changes into a different part of our lives. It goes into a different house. So you'll feel that fireball of energy now shift into another house in your chart, into the Virgo house, wherever Virgo is in your chart. And I will do a all 12 house, all 12 signs tomorrow, maybe. I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll go in more detail for each of the 12 houses, how you will feel the shift of Mars being in that house, in its Earth sign of Virgo. All right, have a wonderful day. Namaste.